Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So my new single Push is out on Spotify, Deezer, YouTube, and Apple Music and other digital platforms. And for this video, we will be discussing the bass track of Push. I have with me two amazing musicians. Paowie plays bass, my bandmate here in the Philippines.
Hi
Hi,
everyone.
Paowie.
And from all the way from Jakarta, the very awesome Rama Natanael.
Rama.
Yeah. Before we go to the main discussion, let me just introduce Rama to our viewers. First and foremost, he is an amazing composer. You can check out his singles on Spotify. I believe you have two, right? Unchained and Sweet Chaos.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Hi.
really loved listening to those gems. He studied bass under the great Nathan East, who's one of the all-time greats. He's also part of this global collective called Sire Friends, and I believe you were one of the first artists of Sire basses, right?
Yeah, maybe. I didn't remember. 6 years
Uh,
ago.
yeah, yeah. When I did my research, like you were one of the first artists who posted
Yeah.
content with Sire, and yeah. And finally, it was Rama who laid down the groovy and awesome bass lines on my song Fallout, which also featured the great V90 on guitars and Mr. Keyboard Kung Fu Pepe Manikan on keyboards. And now, we just released our second song together, Push. Let me just give you some love. Wow, the bass track was really awesome. So
That
yeah,
is already
welcome,
awesome.
yeah, welcome guys to my channel, and thank you so much for being here. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, first, Rama, how are things in Jakarta right now?
Uh, Things are getting better actually. Gigs are coming back. Live music is coming back. I just got my two regular gigs on the weekends with my own band, New Tricks. So I was happy. I could, play together again live for people in a regular manner and a regular time each week. So it practically, gives me more time to actually go back to practice with because the pandemic and everything, and my daily job, as the manager for the music publishing alliance in Indonesia. I have some members, almost 40 members of music publishing. So basically now I really need to manage my time, between the administration, business, music business, and everything, and still try to perform music in the weekends. So that's why when Joko offered me, to join, I was like, okay, what kind of project is it? And then he just gave me a relief that we just talked. All right.
Okay, let's go to Push. Because again, just like what you did on Fallout, you absolutely made the song really awesome. And I can thank you enough for sharing your talent on the song. It lifted the song to another level. I just love everything about your playing, your tone, your technique, and your taste in your note selection. Because I remember when you first sent me the track, which took you just a day or two, if I remember it right.
It's been a while. I don't
Yeah,
remember when I took that.
yeah.
When I recorded.
When you sent it, it was already magic. Like it was already perfect. Zero revisions. And actually, there's this one part towards the end where in the outro you entered the bar on the 16th note of the instead of entering on the one, so it's dan dan, and I adjusted everything so it could fit what you did because it was so awesome.
That's what made me cry. Everything did. Of course, when I first heard the song, I already thought that it was hard enough, and then
It's hard, right?
I,
It's still
I,
hard.
I think the same day that we were talking about it, later that day, Joko sent me the track with you playing already, and then I was like, how am I supposed to do this now? I mean, it was already hard enough listening to it at first, and then And then I was like, it's Ram playing already? Oh my. So you absolutely crushed it. Like,
Yeah.
really, 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 hands
Okay.
down.
Actually, Paowie, can I say some words? Actually, you are taking the most difficult part in this song, actually, by playing it live. You know, I have to admit that playing live for a JOKO song is not an easy thing to do. I think it really takes us a lot, more practice time to just really lay it down perfectly in time in live situation.
Mm. Yeah, I remember like a few days ago, we were actually dissecting what you're doing, like the extra ghost notes that you're doing. Like Pawi really wanted to make it sound alike, like what you did, because yeah, it's really awesome. So Rama,
Very tight.
here- here's my first question. What would you say makes Push different from Fallout? And did you do anything different in terms of approach, particularly on Push?
You wrote it. I think you wrote it in the standard tuning, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I really don't know because I used MIDI software to program the bass, and I didn't really I didn't really think of what tuning should we use. But for guitar, it's in drop D.
I think for the Push, it's really it's clearly written. It's for the bass, it's on
Standard.
standard tuning.
Yeah.
No, no. The problem is I really have to remember because for the Fallout, you were asking a whole step lower for the bass, right? Then I did that exactly like what it's
Make it
written. But
sound
then
deeper.
yeah. So, but then for the Push, I really didn't remember if I played I tune it down whole step because it's really standard tuning, but I don't know. I use this one, for the Push. I use the M2, but the maple board, Paowie, not the white one.
Yeah.
But then I didn't remember if I play it, standard or just tune it down. I think it's standard.
Yeah, I have a question. So Rama, what was the process? I mean, from learning the song and on to recording it. Like, can you share us what the process was? Yeah, the workflow.
So whenever JOKO sent me the track for me to take, to fill the bass in, the first thing I saw is, was that no, I didn't see the music sheet first. That's not what I was doing. what I did was I just tried to grasp the groove. So basically, maybe that's the first process, the first step of the music producing that I did in every song that I took. That I felt was that I was really trying to grasp the groove. What's the groove? And then for the Push, I really like the main groove, and for the whole groove, it's different with the Fallout actually. So I didn't know which. But both are amazing. Both are amazing tunes, amazing tracks. But then this Push is really more. It has more repetition, actually. It is more repetition part, and it makes me more. It makes me easier. But then you cannot you cannot repeat it, Paowie, for doing live. You should play for each part until the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the tricky part of live playing. But then, the groove. I got the groove. Actually, the Push got me first from the groove. The triplet part. The triplet, and then that's the first technical thing that I heard from the Push that I need to improve myself. I told JOKO, oh my God, now you give me another homework for my triplet technique. That's the first technique that I was practicing actually after listening to JOKO's Push track, and then I just
Yeah, and so my next question is, what would you say is your favorite part in the track, or what's your favorite line?
well, if you ask me that question, I actually the whole package was my favorite. I really couldn't take, couldn't choose really the first, second, third. It's like a story for me, I cannot mutilate the song and pick the best part of it. For me, the best part of the song is the whole song. So that's why it's like, really love that push. As I love the Fallout, but then push is like it has another dimension. What I remember when I finished the track was that, and then I give it to my wife, and then just he's not that instrumental woman listener, but then she's like in pop genres, but then try to listen to it and what tell me what you think. She said it's a nice music. She said like that. It's a nice music. And then what I was thinking is that there is a newest car model advertising, and then using that song.
I have to agree with Rama. To be honest, it's the whole song, because when I first learned the song, I really thought that it was very very hard. That like how am I supposed to do it and all that. When I finally learned the song and then like got most of it, that's when I told myself that this is my favorite. This is my favorite song. So like every bit of it actually. So the hardest part actually was the main riff. Say the triplets. I'm actually curious, Rama, on how did the triplet specifically. I also saw the music sheet, so I didn't follow that as well. I'm very curious on how you actually did it.
I didn't really read the music sheet actually, but then I like to count on my ear, and but then when things get complicated, really complicated, like the tooties and the unis and things, now I really have to look at the music, and then to like break it down part by part, and then practice it. For the triplet, it's like for me, it's still like a normal triplet, but then it's very tight when you connect it with other bars, with other melodic lines. So that's the challenging part, actually, is to connect it with the other notes, with the other melodies that JOKO made. Because you really have a very, very tight time to just connect it after you did your technique.
Exactly.
And then you have to,
Yeah.
you really don't have any another second to breathe.
Exactly. So what specific techniques did you use on those
It's only,
triplets?
what do you call it?
Double
Tap,
thumb?
tap, tap,
Double thumb?
tap, tap,
Tap,
tap.
tap.
Yeah. What's it? Double
Okay.
tap, 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 tap.
Any left hand percussion?
No, his left hand is just like holding it up. Just make it percussive, just like in the
Uh,
original guide,
I see.
You know what? The another process that I made was that I really wanted to make it precisely like the guy, but with a little human touch. So that's why
Mm.
I really took it part by part. If according to me it's not perfect, I will repeat it again until I lay down the tone and especially the tone, the technical thing, and the bar and then try to connect it. Let's say like 3 bars, and then I took it bar by bar, and then I listened it the whole bars. If it didn't sound human like what I intended to be, I retook it. Just like really that process is like detailed.
What was your approach on tone on the song?
I don't know if you ever tried that, Paowie, the maple one.
Yeah, I
Did you?
have.
Okay.
Second gen, yes, I have.
So, but then I heard the post track, and all JOKO's song was that it was requiring some effects even for the basses. But
Mhm.
then the challenge was I was not an effect guy, and I didn't really use effect in my recording. But then, well, I just bought this guy, MLD,
The
the
MLD
units.
preamp. Yeah. Yeah.
It's cheap. It's cheap for me. It's very affordable, but to me, I think it's very useful, and it's very complete. You know, it has lots of features there in this little box. You know, I think you could, guys, you could try to Google it, and then lots of videos in YouTube. And I really love Melvin Lee Davis sound as well. So then I use the box to enhance my treble, because I really pushed my M2 to its limit. But then I saw that for the push track, it didn't reach that that goal. Then I boosted it up with this guy, and then I think, yeah. But then Joko made it perfect with some another effects, right, on it.
Yeah, I just added a little bit of overdrive in parallel to what you sent me. Like the main track is still what you sent me, but I added a little bit of crunch just to smoothen out the pops and to make it more stanky in a
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
Yeah. So you have your M2 plugged into the MLD, the new XMLD bass preamp, then straight to the recording interface. Ah, all right. Last Saturday, Paowie actually shot a performance video of Push. Yeah, wanted to show you this first. Yeah, so that was Paowie with Push. Yeah. So Paowie, can you walk us through your setup? Your bass, the amp.
The bass is a Sire M7, and then the amp that I'm using is the Newx Mighty Bass amp. Am I right?
Yeah, it's the Mighty Bass 50 BT.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mighty Bass 50 BT, and then the effects that I'm using is straight into an interface, Neural DSP, Dark Glass Ultra.
Yeah, actually, Rama, the amp sim that me and Pawi used for recording this is also an MLD. All right, that was Pawi doing Rama's part on our new song called Push. All right, thank you so much, Rama and Pawi, for being here on my channel. Before we end this video, Rama, do you want to say anything to everyone who's watching? Like, how do we find you and your music?
You could find my latest song that I wrote with my friend, featuring my mentor and my friend Nathan East. It's called Batik Sket. In YouTube and in most of digital platforms, Spotify and everything, Jukes, YouTube Music, I think. Yeah, you could find it there. If you have a chance, just check it out in the YouTube with the music video with my folks there doing their stuff. Well, I hope you enjoy that. It's not really same like JOKO's music. It's like smoother. It's like not that challenging in the technique. But then hope it could give you like a nice feeling of groove there.
Everything that Rama mentioned, his socials, yeah, the links to the song and to his Spotify and online music portfolio. The links are in the description below. Yeah. And Pawi,
Well, first of all, I hope you stream Push when it gets out on Spotify. Then follow me on my socials as well. I have a Facebook page, Paowie Plays Bass, YouTube channel, Paowie Plays Bass as well, and an Instagram. I try to keep content coming in every now and then, so I hope you guys stay tuned for that. And then, of course, including the one that you just saw, most probably I'll be posting that as soon as possible, and a lot more content, base content.
so everyone, you can find Pawi and his socials in the description below. I'll be putting everything in the description below. All right.
Thank you.
Again, thank you so much, Rama and Pawi. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys can give this video a thumbs up and like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, just push the subscribe button and the bell so you'll be notified when I upload more content. So anyway, take care always, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.